This is my instant match review to the Tottenham Hotspur 3, AZ Alkmaar 1, Europa League last 16 game. And Tottenham, the most important thing, Tottenham are through. 2 goals from Odegaard, 1 from Maddison. But my God, were we hanging on by the edge of our seats. And I have to say, I have to start towards the end of the game, or certainly the second half of the second half. Tottenham played the first 60 minutes of the game absolutely brilliantly. Absolutely showed how huge Van der Ven and Romero are for Tottenham Hotspur. They added 15-20% to that performance to what we've seen before. But listen, we won, so it'll look like it's the right decision now. But I was having kittens when he takes... when Ange Postecoglou took at 2-0 up, when we're absolutely dominating the game, all over them, the momentum is with us at 60 minutes, clearly pre-agreed, he takes Van der Ven off, and immediately we lost all the momentum, and immediately AZ Alkmaar started pinpointing Archie Gray down in that left-hand channel of the centre-backs, and they scored straight away from it, from a mistake between... Bergvall and Gray, I think it was. No, Bergvall and Odegaard letting the ball go to each other, and they score straight away, and we gave ourselves unnecessary trouble. But look, let's try and think of the positives. I've been saying it for months now, but actually, just don't play Romero and Van der Ven in the league. Don't. Just don't. Just wrap them in cotton wool, because they make us 20% better. They're so good. Other performances... Lucas Bergvall, amazing. Obviously, Wilson Odegaard got the 2 goals. His first 2 goals for the club, incredible. Good lad. He played really well. But Lucas Bergvall, he's 18, 19 years old, bossing the game in central midfield, working hard in central midfield, like other central midfielders who are far more experienced and far older haven't been able to do this season for us. He was brilliant today. Absolutely brilliant. They're all pushing Wilson Odegaard towards the south stand to get his applause, and he deserves it. His best game for Spurs, and he is going to be trouble for opposition defences for us, but they should be pushing Lucas Bergvall to that crowd, as far as I'm concerned. Jed Spence put in another incredible performance. But I'm going to say it again, I'm sorry to get back to some negatives, but even once we'd scored the 3rd goal, and it was a brilliant goal, an absolute picture book Ange Postecoglou goal, back to front, James Maddison on the half turn in his own half, taking a risk, beating 3 men, driving through midfield, finding Odegaard, finds Son, then Son back to Maddison. Listen, even after that though, we then made 2 more substitutions, players who it took a while to get into the game, and we gave the impetus back to AZ Alkmaar. Am I just being too negative? Am I being mental? But would other teams not have controlled that game better? After we went 3-1 up, they had, AZ Alkmaar, 1 chance where they were 2-on-2 and had a 1-on-1, and 1 chance where they had a free header from 6 yards out, and they didn't score. Vicario made saves. And I know I shouldn't be finding any negatives because our season is still alive, and Deki Kulusevski there on the bench, and that's huge because hopefully we'll have Kulusevski back for the next round in a very difficult 2-legged tie against Eintracht Frankfurt. But it's incredibly hard to see us putting a dent in Eintracht Frankfurt, a team who have won a European trophy in the last few years, a team who have just demolished Ajax of Amsterdam home and away. It's very difficult to see us putting a dent in them when we sometimes make such naive decisions. Such naive decisions. And I'll say it again, right now, I guess it looks for Ange like the right decision. Maybe Van der Ven's injured. I don't know. I hope not. Of course, I hope not. But that was his game. That was Ange's game there. And if AZ had got the next goal after 2-1, Ange would be out of a job now. I mean, he wouldn't have been sacked right now, but he would have been sacked in the morning, or sacked, at least metaphorically sacked, because he wouldn't have lasted by the end of till the end of the season. I don't know, maybe he'll look at it and say, I made the right decisions, but that was a tough watch. The second half of the second half, and so frustrating because we were so good. That showed what we can be when we've got players at centre-back of the standard of Mickey Van der Ven and Christian Romero. I'll go through my team ratings. I'm sorry to be negative, guys. I really am. We're through. Quarter-final. Huge. Huge. And sometimes, in adversity, you find a way to do things you haven't done before. And that's all I can hope that happens. That's all I can hope that happens. Vicario, huge performance. Claimed some huge crosses. made some big, important saves. He has proven the difference for Spurs over the last few weeks. Huge performance from Big Vic. I'll give him an 8 out of 10. Pedro Porro put in a good shift today. We needed him. And he showed some good attacking talent. He didn't get caught too much. They were pinpointing him, especially in that first half, with long balls over the top. He dealt with it pretty well. Really helped, though, by Romero helping him out there. We've really missed Romero. Jed Spence, another good performance. I'll give Porro a 7 out of 10. Jed Spence, I will give a 7.5 out of 10. Another great performance. Really put it in, set up a goal, endless running. What a player. We're so lucky to have him. Christian Romero, I'm going to give him a 7 out of 10. We missed him. He played really well, but he made some fucking daft decisions at times. Twice where we had free kicks where he can just play it easy. He's trying to play balls in between the line and just kicks it straight to them so they can come on the transition. It just strikes of a little bit of complacency at times with Romero. At other times, he makes the right decision playing between the lines. We've missed his passing so much. He is a brilliant passer of the ball, but you've got to pick your times. And when you're leading and it's, it's thin, your lead is thin, and you don't want to give the opposition even a sniff, don't just kick it to them from a free kick. Move them around. Mickey van der Ven, 9 out of 10. Maybe could end up being the best defender I've seen play at Spurs. He has everything. Since he's been injured, and I've only obviously seen him play that 45 minutes, was it against Elfsborg, and then today, 60 minutes today. It's almost like he's started believing in himself more as well, because he just shoves people off with his body. And he uses his pace when he needs to, and when he doesn't need to, he just uses his body. What a player. Oh my God, what a player. When teams try and press us, when they try and press him, he just beats them around the outside and gets it into Son's feet, and we play football that way. What a player. And, I was absolutely scathing about Ange for taking him off. I thought we had to risk keeping him on the pitch. Now that we've got through, maybe it's the right decision, but honestly, the difference, once Van der Ven had gone off the pitch, chalk and cheese. And that's no offence to Archie Gray, who, don't forget, isn't even a centre-back. And I guess because no Danso would have come on for him. But Archie Gray and Ben Davies, neither of them are centre-backs by trade. But Van der Ven, 9 out of 10. In midfield, Bergvall, 9 out of 10. I've waxed lyrical about him. What a player. Sign him up, give him more money, get him a 10-year contract. Chelsea him. Fantastic. Maddison, 9 out of 10. Took the game by the scruff of the neck. Showed how important he is to us. But Ange took him off with 20 minutes to go. Why? What if that game had gone to extra time? Maddison was the one keeping the ball for us in midfield and scoring a goal and setting up other goals. Why did he take him off? A mad decision. He takes him off in every game. Why? It must be to do with fitness and him knowing more to do with the data, but fucking hell, if that had gone to extra time, we had no creativity on. He took Madders and Odebear off, but Maddison played really well. Pap Sarr, 6.5, 7 out of 10, got his body in the way, picked up scraps, used his engine. He's on better form than he was, but it wasn't brilliant. Odebear, 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10, 2 goals in the right places. His best game for Spurs by miles. He showed to me why he should be playing on the right. He should start on the right ahead of Brennan Johnson every game now. Get down the outside, stretch us. And that gave more space for Son, who had a bad start in the game. I was slagging him first half. Terrible decision-making, bad passing. But he really grew into it. And as a result, I would give him a 6.5, 7 out of 10. And Solanke, a 7.5 out of 10, made good decisions most of the time. Only once made a mistake at the back end of the game where he should have held it up, gave it away. But overall, I'll try and end this on a positive. Tottenham are through to the quarterfinals of the Europa League. The season goes on. Now, as far as I'm concerned, Ange Postecoglou, you still have a job. I don't care if we get absolutely dicked against Fulham at the weekend. I'm sorry, I just don't. You wrap those players, Solanke, Van der Ven, Romero, in cotton wool. You do not play them at the start of games. You do not, because I'm telling you, if I watch a Premier League game and I see Mickey van der Ven or Romero pull up with a hamstring so that they cannot play in those Eintracht Frankfurt games, I'm done with you. That would be mental. And maybe you're looking at this and thinking it's a bit hypocritical considering I really wanted Van der Ven to stay on the pitch. But tonight was everything. Tonight was everything for Spurs. And that's why I don't know last time I was as angry watching Tottenham as I was in that second half. Because it was all or nothing. And Ange took some decisions that almost acted as if he didn't think that. So wrap them in cotton wool. Get them sleeping in hyperbaric chambers. Put them in protective boots, even though they've got nothing to protect, no injuries, everything. They are our only chance of going further in this competition. We only have a chance of beating Eintracht Frankfurt if we play Mickey van der Ven, Christian Romero and Dominic Solanke. So wrap them up. Take it easy, boys. It's all or nothing. Quarterfinal. Last time we were in the quarterfinal was against Seville. We lost. But last time we were in a European quarterfinal, Manchester City over 2 legs. First European game at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. And when we play Eintracht Frankfurt in that home game, and it'll be the first leg of the fixture, I think, at home, because of some ridiculous situation where Chelsea have managed to get ahead of us in the first leg because both games can't be played in London at the same time. We need the Spurs fans to get behind us properly. We need huge performances. But we're through. And I'm sorry for the negativity, I am. But maybe let me know in the comments, did you feel different? Were you as wound up as I was? Because we were so good in the first 60 minutes, 55 minutes, so good. And the frustration is in how quickly it can change and how much the belief within that team changes when the best team aren't out there. So we need to get that best team out there as much as possible. Okay, guys, that's been my instant match reaction. Thank you so much for watching. Please do press like. Please do press subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. And come on, you Spurs.